All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a new day, and of course, the market has witnessed a major sell off. But was all of this expected, and was this a big manipulative plan to shake out the market, shake the tree, see how many apples can fall? What was the overall driver of this sell off? Well, we're going to be addressing it. We're going to be talking about it. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So let's address a few things. Let's first start off with the overall market cap of crypto, down about almost 6%, 3.39 trillion. Bitcoin is down about 4.77% on the 24-hour span. Ethereum down about 8%. XRP down about almost 2%, nothing too crazy there. But if we actually look across the board on the top 24-hour losers, we could see double-digit figures across the board. In terms of the top gainers and losers in the top 100, there's only one gainer here, and that is actually BitGet's token, which is up about 5.52% on the 24-hour span. If we look at the top 500, there is still some nice gains across the board. Nothing too crazy here. But as you guys can see, and we're going off the top 500 here, the gains are very minuscule on the last 24 hours, which is showing us that, yes, the entire market has just witnessed a significant sell-off. Now, what was all of this driven by? Well, we're going to get into that, but first, let's actually look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin chopped all the way down to about $96,100 after hitting a high of 102.4K. Now, if you guys do know from my video yesterday, which we will play, this is something that I said was a possibility. We'll address that. We'll talk about that as well. XRP sold off all the way down to about $2.26 or so. Now it's having a nice little rebound because of some news over on X. Don't worry, I will be making a video on that very soon. But beyond the XRP chart here and beyond the Bitcoin chart, I want to play my video from yesterday, which was titled, "If you hold XRP and HBAR, prepare now, major market shift." And I want to turn this down a little bit because I know it's going to be a little bit loud, but check this out because again, we were trading at almost 102K from this chart here, as you guys can see in the video. But listen to what I am saying here closely here. Now we have a higher high, which means if we do reject from the level that we're at right now, because there's a lot of resistance here. Okay. There's many wicks to this level of roughly 102.7K, so I wouldn't mind seeing a slight rejection here before we actually sell off. Now, if we do sell off, I'm expecting us to actually maintain that higher low pattern. That low would most likely be around like 96.5K if we were going to see this. I personally would love for us to just kind of break over this, target the previous highs around roughly 108.4K, and then just continue on to the next level, which should be around $120,000 on Bitcoin. So now, of course, we always want the best price action, but I did say 96.5K, and this is what the chart looks like right now. You guys can see that significant rejection on the daily, right? We hit 102.67K or so. Major rejection. We hit about $96,000, almost $300. Again, this is an area where there is the most amount of demand, but also let's remove some of these drawings just to kind of clear things up a little bit. We could remove this inverse fair value gap because that completely got filled. We rejected off of it anyways. But look at the 3-day chart here, and I want you guys to learn along, with everyone else. Let me ask you all this: what do you see on this chart right now? Well, first and foremost, we can move this line up on the 3-day because this is where most of the support is. But on the 3-day, do you see something very interesting here? I just want to ask all of you out there real quick. Do you see anything interesting on this chart? On this recent price action, this recent candle, is there anything that you guys see? Well, if we actually look here, we have a fair value gap. We have a fair value gap, and typically these do get filled, and they are bullish. An inverse fair value gap, on the other hand, is not bullish. It's actually very bearish. But as you guys can see, we have now completely filled this almost. And now we watch, wait, and see. Because we either have a significant bounce from this and take out the previous high, right? Or we continue to lose this inverse fair or this fair value gap itself, right? Which we should not lose $96,000 if this was going to be the case, right? We should not lose this level. But if we lose this, then that's going to signal that we're going to retest the lows around $93,000, potentially even lower, right? If we go back to the daily, let's go and look at the daily chart. So this would actually have us target the previous lows right around 92.5K. This would also signal that we're probably going to go much lower. And those lows are most likely going to be the next big area on the daily for the fair value gap level. That fair value gap is around 81.4K to about 85K. I just want you guys to understand that things could get pretty messy if this does happen. What am I expecting? I actually want to see this hold. Again, very similar to my video from yesterday, I want to see the positive price action side of things. But we did wick into, a big area where there is a lot of resistance. I mean, there's a lot of resistance right around this 102K level. So it made sense for us to reject here. But again, I'm not trying to say like, hey, look I'm right all the time. No, I'm not. Guys, trust me. Like this was an area of demand that was a big focus of mine if we were going to reject. That's as simple as it is. I'm not I'm not going to be right 100% of the time. I'm not right 100% of the time. No one is. But this is what we were expecting. Now, I would have loved for us to blast through this, target the previous highs, and then go to 120K. But what did we get, right? Well, we woke up to some substantial headline articles from, of course, mainstream media, CNBC. Now, I did quote this and I said, a potential black swan event is brewing right now. Now, do I think that this is something to be concerned about when CNBC is posting about how the US just recorded its first human bird flu death? No, I don't believe so. When you actually look at the article, there's nothing to be concerned about with this, but they're trying to paint a narrative. If we go back to the third, right, we have just in, China is facing a new virus outbreak with the human metaphenomena virus spreading rapidly, causing flu-like and COVID-like symptoms. Again, we're starting to see a lot of these headline articles. They're, scary articles. They're getting the markets panicked. To me personally, when we really look at what's going on here, this is manipulation. This is mainstream media manipulation. Remember who owns mainstream media, right? The big players, the ones that are already rich and wealthy. They want to shake as many people out as possible. That way, we all don't get rich. It's as simple as that. COVID. If we go back to 2020, the best buying opportunity in crypto, March 2020. If you were buying the lows around March of 2020, you made a massive amount of money in 2021. Is this a very similar, time? No. Listen, this is not that substantial of a sell-off at all, but we are starting to see manipulation of the markets by mainstream media. This is like a 6% plus pullback, nothing too crazy to worry about. When it comes to XRP, again, I was expecting $2.22. We have yet to actually hit that target yet, but we are still rejecting that upper, trend line. You can even see it on the recent wick here from the 7th, so yesterday. We're still rejecting that area, so we're just kind of chopping here, waiting for something to happen. Most likely, we hit that $2.20 level before we finally break to the upside, reject, retest the trend line, and then continue higher. That's what we would be looking at when it comes to XRP. But, we take it one day at a time. It's as simple as that, right? Price action, TA. If you don't care about lower time frame trading, then it doesn't matter to you. What we really look at right now is the market is going to wake up in a very large way. Even if we look at the total, right, on the daily, let me ask you all this again. Do you notice something very interesting on this chart? This is the total crypto market cap. I just want to ask you guys right now, do you notice something very interesting on this chart? Let's actually go to the weekly. Let's just show the weekly chart real quick. You guys notice something very interesting here? First off, we're starting to trade in a bull flag formation. And if we go to the lower time frames, let's just say the daily, okay? We have this nice low back in November, okay? And look at the daily candle closes here. We have this nice low back in November. We have some nice daily candle closes here as well in December into January. Now, are we potentially going to have some daily candle closes around this like 3.26 trillion level? Because if we are, well, we're creating higher lows. And if we're going off of the lower time frame trading, and if we're going off of like the short term, here we have some nice daily candle closes, higher highs. Structure equals bullish. We are in a bullish structure right now on lower time frames. I mean, if we go and drop down to the 4 hour, again, 4 hour is showing you the same exact narrative. We have nice 4 hour candle closes here, nice 4 hour candle closes here. So far, nice 4 hour candle closes here. And on the highs, we have a nice, candle body closes here, some nice candle body closes here. Again, structure wise, we are still seeing very bullish price action on lower time frames. And we're just waiting for the major higher time frames, like the weekly, to finally have that as well. Because right now on the weekly, we have yet to actually create a higher high going off of like the December 2nd, December 9th, and the December 16th candle. So we're waiting to actually have a break over this and a weekly candle close. That way we can kind of confirm that, hey, guess what? Structure-wise, macro-wise, very bullish. But if we zoom out, I don't really think that there's anything to worry about here. Very similar back to, 2021, for an example. We're just chopping. This is just chop. We are still trading at all-time highs going off the 2021, total candle body closes and even wicks. So I don't think that there's anything to worry about right now in terms of the market. We are seeing the market getting shaken up a little bit by mainstream media as usual, right? Go back to 2020, 2021, you can see it as well. And I just want you guys to understand that, almost everyone is bullish right now on XRP simply because of what's been happening around, this Trump admin, around Ripple, some of the adoption that's happening as well. We could even see over here that latest XRP forms a bull flag pattern targeting $15, backed by surging open interest and historical bullish momentum. This is from Anthony Welfare, former Ripple employee. A $14.80 target from Cointelegraph for XRP is interesting, and this is what the chart looks like. Now, again, are we looking at a $15 XRP? Again, I've given you guys my targets. I'm not going to reiterate them all the time, but 5 to 7 is my initial target. After that, we really kind of look at $10 plus. But the entire market is still very bullish to me. Am I going to be shaken up by what CNBC is putting out? No, but I will say this. A potential black swan event is brewing behind the scenes. That black swan event will most likely hit when we're going into a bear market, or they need an excuse on why the system is collapsing, right? Because what they'll do is they'll point the finger at this and say, look at, just like COVID, collapsed the financial markets. We're seeing the same exact thing here. Again, it's all to find some sort of excuse while the central bankers are the actual ones that are causing the financial, crisis that's happening currently right now around debt, around the repayments on debt. I mean, it's just insane to me that, people are not more aware of what's actually going on when it comes to mainstream media. But regardless of that, right, I still think that the overall structure of the cycle and of the market is fine. XRP is very bullish today. And I just kind of hope that gave you guys a little bit of an insight on what we're really kind of looking at right now. I'm not getting shaken up at all, with this. Very similar price action going back to like the December 25th and the 26th candle here. We're finding some resistance, selling off, and then we finally break above it. Again, this is just typical TA, healthy PA as well in terms of price action. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting for the big break. And once we clear these previous highs, by the way, that's when we start to see the very big moves in the market. If we are going to witness Bitcoin dominance also selling off while we do start to break out. So with that being said, just sit back, relax, don't act impulsively. Don't listen to what mainstream media is telling you, because 9 times out of 10, they're completely wrong. Do the opposite of what they say. And with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on, because if you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me over on X. Also, join the free Discord down in the description below. You won't regret it. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.